16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis does.
Get Joe Montana free, Pat Riley free, Buster Douglas free, Super Monaco GP free, or Collins free.
Genesis does.
What Nintendont?
Yes, Sega always did the Nintendont. So, I bring you the review of the Sega MegaDrive 2. So here we have the mighty Sega MegaDrive 2, or Sega Genesis 2, depending on where you're from. This, by Sega, was discontinued in 1999. It's a sad day. Or 1997, depending on which one you're buying from, because I know Majesco made some. That might have been the 1999 one. I can't remember. But Sega discontinued this in 1997. They obviously prolonged its life with the Sega CD, the Sega 32X, which I think was a bad move personally, because I think they should have shifted all their focus on the Sega Saturn and produced some better games for it. Although I do love my Sega Saturn. Just wish they'd given it more of a, sort of a push like they did in Japan, because Japan, it was loved, obviously. This was released in 1988 in Japan. So at the time it was competing with just the Nintendo Entertainment System, which this would blow it out of the water because this was fantastic. Now, if anyone remembers the advert that the Sega Genesis has blast processing, yeah, it does, pretty much. It's not a real thing, it's just basically a cool name to advertise that it was faster than the Nintendo, which in actual fact it is, but if you compare it to a Super Nintendo, it's not as good. Although I think there are a lot better games on this. I do still like the Super Nintendo, obviously, for all those Nintendo fans out there, but I always loved my Sega Mega Drive. Not this one so much, I like the Sega Mega Drive one more. This one's just yeah. Now let's get a good look at the Sega Mega Drive controller, or Genesis controller. This is the 3-button one, because I know there is a 6-button one, which I do have, incidentally, but I'm looking at this one, because when I bought this one, this is the one that came in the box, so we're looking at this one. We have a really nice D-pad. I do love the Sega Genesis controller, it's still one of my favourite controllers. It's got a wonderful D-pad, and 3 awesome buttons, and a start button, and it fits really comfortably in your hand. Nothing really on the back. But yeah, it's a beautiful controller, handles beautiful. I prefer it to over the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo one. I think this is probably one of my favourite controllers of all time, if I'm honest. Now, obviously, Sega always did the Nintendont. So unfortunately, they didn't have very good third-party support, but obviously after a fantastic marketing campaign, they obviously did. But I'm going to get into a few obscure games at the moment, which I've shown before. I have shown this one. Pocket Monsters! Yeah! Everyone loves Pikachu, and there is fucking tons of him. And look, there's a screenshot from the game that is clearly from, I think it's Pokemon Snap, actually. Yeah, I picked this off a car boot. It's literally I can't even undo the case. It's a platforming game, which I've obviously shown, with Pikachu, the head star, and it's okay, it's not terrible. Okay, it's kind of bad. And we have Pocket Monsters 2. Again, I bought from the same car boot, but when I played it, it is exactly the same game on this cartridge that is on this one over here. Nice try, lads. Good job I got them both for like £2. And then we get into another obscure game. Bubsy! Everyone's favourite Bobcat. Beautiful. Everyone's favourite Bobcat. Yay! Everyone likes to shit on these games. I like the first two. The third one is worthy of being shit on. Well, I prefer the second one over the first one, because they improved on a lot of stuff that was shit in the first one. Like dying all the time. So yeah, if you're going to play Bubsy, play the first two. Don't play any of the others. You could play is it Fractured Furry Tales for the Atari Jaguar? But that's very expensive, and they didn't even keep what was on this one. They just used this game again and reskinned it. So don't play that either, just play this one. And even then, don't even play this one, just don't play it at all. Then we have RoboCop vs. The Terminator. An excellent game. If you like Robocop on the Nintendo Entertainment System, you'll love this. You're just shooting Terminators, killing people. It's very violent, very bloody. It's worth a game, really. Beautiful. Look at Arnold there, looking all young, and not like a leather handbag. Then we have Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim is good. If you've never played Earthworm Jim, I don't know where you've been living. A game about an earthworm. And it's fantastic. Sonic 3D Blast! Or Flicky's Island. I remember this being, had a massive sticker on the front when I picked it up on a car boot saying, Sonic 3D Blast! And I was like, is it? No, it isn't. It's just Sonic 3D, Flicky's Island. Well, I took that off. Good game. Shame. So much potential. Then we have Batman for the Mega Drive. This game is fantastic. I'm a massive Batman fan anyway, but this game is actually brilliant. Definitely worth playing. And especially its sequel, Batman Returns. Both really good games. Less so much is Val Kilmer's one. It's just basically the same game as these two, but I like this one less because I like the movie a lot less. You could win a holiday! No. Then everyone's favourite, Echo the Dolphin. Fantastic game. There's little Echo with his little stars on his head. Fantastic. Now we get down to the basics. Would I recommend a Sega Mega Drive 2? I would if all Sega Mega Drive 1s didn't exist. No, basically, if you're on a tight budget, the Sega Mega Drive 2 is perfect because it's very cheap. You can pick them up for literally pence. The Sega Mega Drive 1, I'd recommend more. I would have done a review of my Mega Drive 1, which that'll come later, obviously, because it's plugged in at the moment. So I thought I'd get this video out first. Well done me. But yes, I would recommend a Sega Mega Drive 2 if you're on a budget. There, I got this one for, I think it was like £20 with the box and the controller, and I think I got I think it was one of these games actually. It might have been Echo itself. I got come with it. So unless you can't get a Sega Mega Drive 1, get a Sega Mega Drive 2. I haven't got a Sega Mega Drive 3. I think they were only released in America. Although I like the look of that one more than this one. So remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Fist bump, and I'm going to see all of you guys in the next video.
What could possibly go wrong?